distinguish between fiscal policy and monetary policy. Now, this question, do not be fooled by the question itself. It's, you have to distinguish between fiscal policy and monetary policy, true, but this is part of the question A, which mentions with reference to extract 1 and figure 1. So you're gonna have to mention both of these. So let's begin with the question. This is 6 markers. Okay, so you are not going to use any evaluation. You're not going to evaluate anything. You're still just going to develop your answer as it should be. You're just going to analyze it more. There are two terms here. There's previously you only had one term, an output gap, and now you have two terms, fiscal policy and monetary policy. Those are two different economic terms, and you're gonna get 1 to 2 marks each for defining each, depending on how much you do your analysis, how much you develop your analysis. But overall, on all you can get easily 8 marks from this question if you use enough application. Anyhow, let's begin with my answer. Thanks to expansionary fiscal and monetary policies, outward growth will eventually become positive again. Fiscal and monetary policies are both demand side policies. Okay, so let me just get the highlighter out so I can mention what I'm doing. But they have control by different authorities. Okay, so again, I started my answer off by mentioning the application from here to here. Okay, this is application. This entire part is an application mark. That's one AP. I again started my answer with an application rather than straight off defining the terms. Okay, that's my approach, and it still is the same. You can use either approach. I'm not disparaging the other approach. You can use that. Okay, so fiscal policy and monetary policy are both demand side policies, but they are controlled by different authorities. Okay, so I mentioned a term here, demand side policies, but I do not develop it. Okay, I have mentioned it, but I did not develop it. If I had developed it, I could have earned another mark. However, the fact that I have mentioned that they are demand side policies gets me one knowledge mark. But they are controlled by different authorities. Now this is analysis. I haven't mentioned what authorities, but I have mentioned that they are controlled by different authorities. The monetary authority, usually the central bank, has authority to control monetary policy, but the government is the one responsible for fiscal policy. And I do develop my points. So all in all, I get 4 up to 3 marks from this paragraph. I said 3 marks probably. Wow, that's a beautiful looking 3, I gotta say. So that's 3K marks. One application up there and one knowledge and one analysis. Let's move on to paragraph 2. So far I've not done much application. If you can look at it, this is the first first 2 lines that are my application. Anyhow, let's move on. Fiscal policy involves 2 different instruments. Now I am developing my answer even further, and that is analysis. Still, there's not much application. Anyway, let's go on. Fiscal policy. Okay, let me get my highlighter out. Okay. Fiscal policy involves 2 different instruments. Taxes and government spending. On the other hand, monetary policy consists of one instrument, the interest rate. Though more specifically 3 instruments. These are 3 instruments. The discount rate, open market operations, and reserve ratios. Now these 3 things I have not mentioned the definitions. I have not explained what these are. And secondly, these 3 things are not given in your A-level syllabus, so I wouldn't. Well, you can go out of your way and just look them up, but you just fine if you do not mention those. Okay, you can easily skip over them. I just knew them, so I thought why not show off a little bit, but you can easily skip over them. Anyhow, let's move on. Government spending directly influences the aggregate demand as it is a part of the aggregate demand, but no monetary policy instrument has direct influence over aggregate demand. This is a crucial point. Many people consider this like, do not look over this. monetary policy cannot directly influence the aggregate demand because I mean it can indirectly influence aggregate demand because if, for instance, if you're a central bank, you raise the interest rate, okay, you make money expensive, you increase the price of money because when you increase the interest rate, what you're essentially doing is imposing a higher price on money. It takes you, you're gonna have to pay more in interest to get the same amount of money that you could loan or at a cheaper price before. So you're raising the price of money. When you raise the price of money, what happens is people borrow less. So at the end of the day, corporations invest less, consumers buy less, there's less purchases of homes, less big purchases, so aggregate demand ultimately falls. However, this is an indirect effect for the government, for there's nothing the central bank can do to directly influence one of the four crucial parts of aggregate demand, which is consumption, government spending, investment, and net exports. Monetary policy cannot directly influence any of these things. However, fiscal policy can influence one of these things, which is government spending. Government spending is part of aggregate demand, and whenever government spending goes up, aggregate demand is influenced, and that is what I mentioned. Government spending directly influences the aggregate demand, as it is a part of the aggregate demand. However, no monetary policy instrument has direct influence. Okay, this is a crucial one, and this is also part of my analysis. Anyhow, it's rather important that you understand these points. Okay, these are subtle differences between monetary policy and fiscal policies that you cannot just skip over. Okay. Anyhow, this is a good analysis point in this entire part. Okay, I'd give myself, if I'll be a little bit generous. Probably give myself 4 marks for this entire paragraph. I say it's 2 knowledge and 2 analysis because the down knowledge parts are the orange highlighted parts, taxes and government spending. There's knowledge. Monetary policy consider one instrument, the interest rate. That's entire part. The measuring of the terms, such as the discount rate, government spending, taxes, instruments, that's also jargon. Any jargon, that's a knowledge mark. Okay, so yeah, there it is. That's 2 knowledge, and this entire point I say is 2 analysis. So overall in all, I give myself 2k here and 2 analysis here. Okay, yes, so we're looking a, let me just rewrite that, 2 analysis. So overall I'd get 2, sorry about that, 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1, that one is including the 3, so I get 7 marks out of 6, and that is part 2 done.